not in a hierarchical sequence, 1, 2, 3 way that you shape your life. It is in a centered way that you are always centered on that one thing that makes life life. And all other things, friends, family, business, everything, they are magnetically pulled to the center, and from the center they are arranged to function properly. Let me tell you how it happened in my life, and then we tell you how practically it should happen in your life. Some already know the story, so I'll be very short on the story. Our first child was born on my birthday, very big excitement. A week later we discovered something is wrong, and the doctor walked up to me and said, your child will die. Born with a heart, with a misformed heart, and therefore your child will die. For 6 weeks, we sat with this child, second after second, because every second was a long time. Not knowing when the child would die, second after second, pleading God to keep this child alive and to rather take our lives. But then very clearly, no, you will live, the child will die. And 6 weeks later, the child, our first child, died while we were struggling in the arms of my wife, and we had to bury this child. But those 6 weeks changed my thinking about life. Because I'll never forget, what I discovered there is how important life is. Don't waste a second. So, you know how I feel now after a few hours in the traffic, you understand? Don't waste a second. Okay, that's the first thing. Life is just too important. The second thing is, God said to me something there. He said to me, you know, Cassie, because you know you can die just as quickly as this. Just as quickly as this. My guess is in Manila you can die quicker than this. This is just watching what is happening here. Because you can die just as quick as this. You've got to understand life. God is not number one. God is not number one. God, if He's God, He's everything. Or not. And there is a massive difference between number one and everything. You get the point? There is a massive difference between number one and everything. Because number one will get a sector of your time, but everything will get all your time. So God said to me, I want to move from number one to everything. So from now on, you think about life totally different. God is everything, and the advancement of His glory and His kingdom is everything. And now your children, you will manage your family life focusing on that. You will manage your money focusing on that. You will manage your time focusing on that. You will do everything focused on that. I'm not saying you must become a full-time pastor, because I believe everyone who follows Jesus is a full-time minister. Full-time minister. You just don't minister in the four walls of a church building, but you minister in your office. You minister on the sport field. My training is the training of sport ministers. On the sport field, full-time for Jesus. On the sport field, okay, in the sport club. So, then everything changes. Because then, people ask you, so, then your questions change. So your question is not, will I get everything done? That's not the question. It's the wrong question. You understand? That's not the question. The question is, did I really do something effectively for the kingdom? And I promise you this. Once you answer that question, there is so much peace about the other things that you don't care so much about the other things. So here is my practical advice for you. If in one day you have to do too much that you don't know how to do it, spend that morning extra time with God. Because once you have connected with God, you say to yourself, you know what, the rest is less important, and you relax on that. You get really rushed if you've not spent time with God. You get really rushed. And then by the end of the day, you're not happy with anything you've done in that day, because all the relationships were wrong. Whatever you said to people were not right. You rush through the stuff, and you feel totally dissatisfied by the end of the day. Relationship with children, husband, everything is wrong. Never start a day wrong. That's why I have to teach people, the one thing you never do in life, never ever do in life, is when you wake up to reach for your cell phone. That is the most fatal mistake you can make. Say to the person next to you, never reach for the cell phone first. Never reach for the cell Oh man, I don't know why I see so many guilty people. You know, it's amazing. Even in the church, I can say, we have so many sinners, and then no one looks guilty. They all look so holy. I'm not a sinner. And as soon as I talk about the sins with the cell phone, then everyone shows they are guilty. Is that right? Are guilty, okay? As charged. Is that right? Never, because this thing is the God of being rushed. This thing is the God of this. I have this to do. This thing is the biggest enemy of this. That thing. I call this Satan embodied. You understand? So I carry him in my pocket because I want to have control over Satan so that Satan will not have control over me. You understand? Now I've been away from home for 5 weeks. Our telephone company is too expensive. I can't phone no one. No one can phone me. So for 5 weeks, no one has called me on this Satan embodied. Okay. And it's fine. So those that really want to get me, they send me text messages. And I tell them, I'll answer you when I have time. Because I control this. They don't control me. You got it? Orientation. But now, I want to say this to you, please, my friend. Christian or not Christian, I don't know who you are, but I want to say this to you. If you want to live a significant life, get centered around the right thing in life. And that will sort out so many other things. If this center of your life is me, that's me. Not God, me. I am the center of the universe. Then you will feel terribly bad if you run through the whole day, work so much, and do not have me time. Is that right? You hear people complain like that, I don't have me time. My immediate question is, why would you have me time? Who's the center of the universe? Okay, what about God time? You could call that me time if you wish, but it's actually God time. Is that okay? Let me also practically say a few things about how you run your family then. Then the family is not about the achievement of your children. The family is what do they contribute in the kingdom of God? How many lives do they touch? How many people did they impact today? Your discussion at the dinner table is not, did you pass your test? Are you playing for the first team? Your discussion at the dinner table is, how is that one doing in your class? And how could you really inspire him today to be better? Can you see it's totally different because it's this. Your wife is not someone that makes food and children. Your wives become someone that will advance the kingdom of God. My wife worked for 15 years with a very, very poor, 360 orphans that she took care of, 1,200 poor black kids in programs every day for 15 years. I I cannot remember how much time we had in those years to talk about nonsense things. Because a woman is like this. Once she's occupied, she is occupied. Okay. Don't ever tell me they can multitask. No, they cannot multitask. Because multitask means different things. Separate, different things. Women cannot think like this. Men neither. Men cannot think 4 things at the same time. Women neither. There's a difference between this kind of 4 things and this kind of thing. This is a woman. This is how they think. And all these things are tied together. Does that make sense? You can't think like this. Men can also not need of that. Men can only think here. So if it's work, it's work. Sorry, ladies, we can't think about you when we work, okay? When we have sex, we don't think work. Women can do. That's a problem with most women. They think 4 things at the same time. And men struggle to get them to think 1 thing at a time in certain occasions. Understand? I hope I helped some of you also with another problem that you have. Alright. So, convergence. Convergence. Center around the real center in life. So what is your real center in life? Is your real center children? Why would it be children? Is it you? Why would it be you? Is it God? Why would it be God? Is it money? Why on earth would it be money? What is the center of your life? And then everything work towards that center. Us as a family, the center is God and His kingdom. And that's why 80% of all the time when we talk on how do we advance God's kingdom. Me and my wife, the greatest thing in our life is we pull together for the kingdom of God. And so we don't talk many other things that other people would keep themselves busy. But how do we advance